What's going on, guys? Off the Brink TV here, bringing you another video. This time, NBA 2k15 My Career Tutorials, Episode 8. Now, we started off with hop jumpers. We started off with selecting specific ISOs, and then we moved into attacking the rim, selecting dunk packages, and we even learned some things together, right? We even learned that absolute pro stick is a better option, and then we started covering that and moving on to even more advanced techniques. But today, I want to go over advanced scoring techniques and the mid-range jump shot. As you know, the mid-range is a very, very important area, especially if you're a guard, and it could be your most deadly weapon in your arsenal, especially if you're a guard. But you know, I live by this, and I always try to tell you guys this: there's more than two ways to score besides just taking open threes and dunking, right? Because you're not always going to have those opportunities. And what better time to cover this than when they just released patch 4, and now we have all of these hop jumpers and all of these options in the signature skills that might not have been available to us before because of their inability to get perfect releases and their success rates being different than the other options. But today, I'm going to go and teach you guys how to execute some of these moves that are going to get you open from the mid-range and get you popping your shots. And just as a note, they have increased the probability of making mid-range shots, so they become pretty much more effective. It's more effective now to take an open mid-range than it is to take a contested layup. And in my newer videos, you're really going to peep this. All right, so let's get into what I'm using now since the patch. So my dribble pull-up is elite number 12. And before we get into the more advanced mid-range shots, I'm going to tell you why I'm using elite number 12. Some of these moves are going to be a little difficult to pull off. That's why it's advanced. But I'll teach you guys how to do it, and you know, with a little bit of practice, you'll become a pro at it. Okay, so anyway, the reason I use dribble pull up 12 is because when he dribbles and pulls up, he takes a few steps in. And of course, now we could get those perfect releases since the patch. And I also like the way this looks. But as you know, if you try to take a dribble pull up here with one of the other ones, he's just going to go and dunk, because that's where you need to stand in order to get a dribble pull up near the paint. But with number 12, because he takes a few steps in, if you want to get a really close jump shot, look at that. I'm almost in the paint taking the jump shot. So elite number 12 is a really good place to be in terms of that pull up signature skill. Gives you those few extra steps, gives you time to set your feet and get that perfect release, get your timing right. So now let's move over to what I'm using for hop jumpers, and this is where I'm gonna go back. I'm going back to my first episode here, and we're gonna start attacking these hop jumpers, because this is a really, really crucial way to attack and get these mid-range shots going. I use normal 12. You guys could use whichever one you want, because these abilities are going to work no matter which hop jumper you use, but the one I use is normal 12. Now, a hop jumper is great, and just as a refresher, to do a hop jumper from the left, when you're going left, hold left with the right analog stick, and he'll do the hop jumper to the left. And the same thing goes for going right, and this is on absolute Pro 6 setting only. So when you're going to the right, hold right with the right analog stick, and he does the hop jumper to the right. Now, if you're coming this way and you hold down on the right analog stick, he'll do his step back, or whatever they call that. I guess it's kind of like a step back fader. As we know, the step back is this move. So, but that is the hop jumper, step back fader, whatever. Okay. Now, I'm sure, I don't know if you guys have seen the CPU do this, but there's a way to hop vertical and also a way to change your direction and shoot the mid-range when you're sprinting forward or going forward. You don't always have to take the dribble pull-up if you're going in this direction. Well, how can you change your direction and take a shot? Okay, well, let's say you're using turbo or not using turbo and going this direction, right? What you want to do is you want to hezzy with your right stick and then tap right on your left analog stick and then the shot button. And he does a side dribble hop shot like you just saw. Again, you're driving, hesitation left, right on the left analog stick, and then your shot button, and he's going to take that side step and hit the shot. Now, this is a really amazing way to get your mid-range off, because if you have a 1-on-2, right, or a 1-on-1 even, and you don't want to do the spin, you don't feel like you're going to get around them, or even if you're going off the pick and roll and you come this way, you do your hezzy, you take your step to the right, and you can even pop a 3. Look at that rating, B-, for just a slight effect to the grade for creating all that space. And you could do it standing still, you could do it moving, you could do it wherever, and you are going to burn defenders with that. But another reason I really like this move, I really like this isolation, besides the fact that it's kind of a hidden move, you could use this in the park too. I haven't seen anybody dropping this one. Okay? Besides just taking your mid-range, let's say you get yourself over here, you do your hezzy, and you come this way, you could stop and do your up and under. And you're going to murder a defender with that. Another thing about the hop jumper is you could jump forward. Not a lot of people know this. You're going straight, you tap the shot button, he'll jump forward. And again, you could do your up and under, you could pump fake, take your shot, you could pass out of it, you could do whatever you want. You have full control with the hop jumper. Again, going forward, tap the shot button, stop, take your jump shot, lean in, up and under, whatever the case is. And you've seen me do this in games as well. Also, if you guys aren't aware, they have changed the grades for all this with or without the shot creator badge. You can hit these shots, these isolation shots, without an issue since the patch. Before, you couldn't really hit them. You weren't going to get a good release. They weren't really going to go in. And now they're butter all day. You know, so it's really, really crucial to lock these down. Again, just to go over really quick. You're coming down left or right. Just change the instructions depending on the angle you're headed, right? So if you're coming this way, you hezzy left, go right with your left analog stick, tap the shot button, and money. Changing your directions. Now you mix this in with a couple of other isolations through the legs, little in and out, left, right, hesitation, back to the side. Woo! Come on. Who is defending you? That's it. You could be getting double teamed, and that's a murder. Hezzy. Change directions. Pop the shot. Woo! Come on now. Ridiculousness. Another thing I would like to talk about, another advanced technique that I really think will help you guys, is the most effective triple threat move you will ever use. Now, when you're in a triple threat, obviously, you could poke your right analog stick and do your jab steps, right or left. But if you want to get your defender truly guessing and instantly get around this defender, you want to do the behind your back triple threat move. And how you do that is while holding turbo at you jab step. So you're holding turbo once you jab step, as soon as you jab step, you flick your right analog stick left or right. As soon as you do it, press down on the right analog stick and he'll do that. And that'll get right around whoever is defending you. And a lot of times it'll lead to a monster slam or a nice layup or euro or hop step or all those other moves you know I love doing. Like one more time, I did that release so I could set up here again. You're in your triple threat. You jab stepping. You flick the right analog stick. As soon as you flick it, you're still holding turbo. As soon as you flick it, press down on the right analog stick to do the behind your back. It'll take a little practice, but once you get it down, you'll be able to do it every time. If you want to practice it, do what I just did in the gym. Take a really bad shot, like a late release like that. Wait for the, well, obviously that wasn't so effective, but you want to hit the front of the rim so it bounces back at you. So like don't move or anything like that. Or you could come over here, get the rebound, because you just don't want to be in the paint. Stop, don't dribble obviously, and then you could do your triple threat moves and practice them. Boom. And I'm obviously going to show you a game clip of that monster ISO. Another thing I want to touch on before I let you guys go is when you're getting double teamed, as soon as you, this is a little tip for you, when you hit 8 points in my career, in one quarter, you start to get double teamed. As soon as you hit 8 points, you could get 7 points, you won't get double teamed. As soon as you hit 8 points, and I think it has something to do with your field goal percentage as well. When you get double teamed and you don't have anybody to pass to immediately, hit Y or triangle on PS4, Y on Xbox One, to go into your post-move stance. This will allow you to protect the ball and buy you more time when you're getting double teamed and help you avoid getting a traveling violation. So, and this, why does this have to do with mid-range and advanced scoring techniques, is because if you get double teamed, you have nobody around, or you have somebody setting a pick and roll and you want to just run out of the double team, hit Y, go into your stance, go this way, and then add a Y, and then you could take a shot or go up for your layup, and you're going to run right around the double team. And I'll show a clip from my most recent game of me doing that. So that's advanced scoring techniques, advanced mid-range shooting, just a couple of quick isolation adjustments and some tips for you guys. If you liked this video and it helped you out, please remember to hit that thumbs up, as it really helps me out. And if you haven't subscribed already, you could do that as well. I'd really appreciate it. I got another tutorial series coming out where we're going to kind of wrap everything together and go over some stuff, and also some additional improvements with patch 4 that could really help your scoring and also your defensive game, so stay tuned. But other than that, thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace!